Hi again, Anson Garcia with Tier 2 Engineering. What I'm going to go through today is just a summary of how WebEx actually works, or the architecture of WebEx as far as connectivity. And then I'm going to talk you through your account setup. Right? This would be anybody that's on in Verizon that has e-meetings set up, either on the ban.webex.com or the vnc-demo.webex.com. And this could is also germane to anybody that uses Jabber and has a WebEx account. So it doesn't matter, and you'll see that shortly. So first, I got to lay out how this works. This may come to a shock to some people because they think it's so integrated, but it's really not. So what we have here on the screen, or on this slide, is I have a depiction of UCCaaS right here. Now this could be CPE based, it doesn't matter, but I'm just using UCCaaS as an example here. And we have a call manager cluster, and we have Unity cups and SBC and our Verizon VoIP, and it connects to Verizon PIP, right, our IDA, or IDN, I think we call it. And then we have an internet cloud that's connected to Verizon PIP, right? So our internal data network is connected to the internet, so we can get out to the internet. And then there's this thing called the WebEx Collaboration Cloud, and that's Cisco's own infrastructure that has all this WebEx capability in it. It has all the servers, it has the capability for VoIP and mixing audio conferencing, it has the capability for the collaboration and video conferencing, all these cool things that we see inside of WebEx. Okay, now let me explain. Here down below here we have a Verizon location. Again, this could be any location. Input any customer here, right? It could be any customer. It doesn't have to be Verizon. And again, this can be any CPE based call manager or Cisco UC stuff, and any CPE based cups. So how does this work? What's going on? Well, when we bring up Jabber on our desktops, I won't go through all the protocols, but there's some things that are going on that connect up to Call Manager, Cups, and Unity. Okay, and I won't go through, like I said, I won't go through the protocols. We're just going to call them call control, voicemail, and presence. And this line right here is going to depict those protocols. So for call control, voicemail, and presence, we have protocols that are traversing the network into wherever these systems live. All right, and that's all they control. They don't control anything else. Okay, now inside Jabber, we have the ability to conduct two types of meetings, or connect up to two types of collaboration systems, Meeting Place and WebEx. Okay, so if we're talking about WebEx here, those protocols are, and those communications are depicted by this red line. Now you see this red line going to go, in our case, over Verizon IDN out to the internet and into this WebEx cloud. Notice that this red line doesn't go, or doesn't have anything to do with any of these systems in here. In our case, in UCCaaS or CP, Call Manager, Cups, Unity, whatever. It goes and communicates from the Jabber client. Let me connect it up to the little Jabber client there, straight out through the enterprise network, through the internet to the WebEx cloud. Okay, now get your heads around that real quick. Again, I'm going to say that this blue line is the only thing, call control, voicemail, presence, the only thing that goes to these systems here. This red line, in other words, when you're configuring Jabber, or you integrate Jabber with WebEx, there's no communication that goes through these systems. It goes directly to WebEx. Now let's let's go through a setup and you'll kind of see and discover exactly what I mean here. Okay, let's close that. Okay, I have my Jabber client here, and just like any Verizon employee, I go to my e-meetings over here, and I can, if I like to go to the main page, the easy breezy page, there's back ends that you can go into as well, but I'm going to go into what everyone's familiar with. I'm going to log in with my credentials here. Let's hit continue. I'm going to go to my net conferencing. And what I want to do, I have some net meetings that are set up here. Remember, this is kind of a portal where it makes it easy breezy for you to go set things up. What I want to do is I want to go straight into the Webex collaboration cloud. More specifically, technically, I want to go into my domain is really what we call it in Webex. So this link right down here, I can get to. If I just click that, what that's going to take me to is exactly where I didn't want to go, so I apologize. Let me do that again. This Meeting Center Pro, I'm sorry, I got confused there. This Meeting Center Pro link right there is going to take me to my domain, and now I'm looking at my native portal, my Webex native portal. So that's out in the Webex collaboration cloud, that Cisco collaboration cloud. And what I need to make note of is this URL right here. Look at this, van.webex.com. Okay, now I know my URL now, and there's a couple of things I got to set up in here. I'll go through that in a minute, but I really want to drive home the point how to set this up and where the communication goes. So I'm going to go over here to my Jabber client. I'm going to go to Options. I'm going to go to Meetings. And then when I click to set up my meeting here, I'm going to click New Site, yes. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to put it in here. I was waiting for something to prompt me. And I'm going to put in http://van.webex.com. That's my URL right up here. That's my native portal. That's my Webex domain. I'll say OK there. And then what it's going to ask me for is my credentials. Well, my credentials are the same as where I go into my meetings, my e-meetings. They're just, those credentials are just passed over to the Webex collaboration cloud. So they're the same credentials. So I know my credentials where I log into our portal, I'm just going to put them right here. And I say OK. And guess what? My account is set up already that quickly. Now what happened, I want to go back to this picture. What happened is I put in my credentials in Jabber. Jabber did nothing with this stuff out here. It was already working. It's already working with Call Manager. What it did is it's communicating out here into the Webex cloud. Again, has nothing to do with UCCaaS, has everything to do with Webex cloud over here. Okay? So all the communications, again, were just passed between these two places. All right, I didn't have to enable this inside UCCaaS. I didn't have to do any thing like that. Now that that's done, I can now chat with people. Let's say, let's go to Abraham. Let's see, Benjamin Franklin. How about we fire up? Let me go ahead and fire one of these up here so we can see how this works. We log in. Let's log into Jack Sparrow's virtual machine. So I have a virtual machine right here, Jack Sparrow, and let's fire up Jack's Jabber here. So he's logging in as well. I should see him come available. I do. Okay, let's put that away. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a chat session with Jack. I'm going to say, hi, can we WebEx? All right, let's see what Jack sees. Looks like Anson contacted him, says, can we WebEx? And maybe Jack says, sure, we can WebEx. Put that away. Go back to Anson's desktop here. I put that away too to clean this up. And you see now I have this button available to me. That wasn't, if I didn't have that communication set up, if I didn't have these options set up right here in meetings, that would not display for me. Okay, but now I have that. Again, it has nothing to do with UCaaS. It's not communicating to Call Manager, Unity, Cups, or anything like that. If I push this button, what it's doing is going out to the WebEx cloud and starting my instant meeting. So it starts my instant meeting. You see WebEx now coming up. And I'll show you how to set up your instant meeting. Most of you guys probably already have that up. And there's my WebEx. It's started up, and I'm right in a WebEx, and I can have it call me back and do things like that. Okay, let's go see what Jack saw. Jack got a little balloon message over here to go ahead and join or decline. So the old clients used to come in here and give you a URL, but now they give you this nice little balloon message down here in your system tray, or comes up from your system tray, and I can just click join right there. Now, of course, Jack Sparrow doesn't have to have any WebEx configuration or anything like that. What it's going to do is just through the client now, it's taking, let's go back over here, through the client, so this is Anson, let's say, through this client, it pulled that WebEx information and then injected it into the Jabber client, and then this Jabber guy is connected or is talking to somebody else, right? So we have Jack over here. Let me copy that and paste that, and we'll throw this guy right over here. And he's the same way. Let's say he's connected up to UCCaaS as well. All right, the Jabber. He doesn't have WebEx at all. So what happened is pulled that WebEx, let's just call it the URL, right? Because that's how you start WebEx. It's a URL that's just going in the background. Pulled that WebEx information down, injected it into the Jabber client, and then since we're communicating with Jack, right, send it over to Jack, to Jack's Jabber, and then Jabber then made a little balloon message come up to join the WebEx collaboration session. And then here's Jack. He's in that WebEx meeting now. Okay, and then you can see Anson, and we can do video and sharing and all that cool jazz. Okay, I'm going to go through one more thing here. Let's close all this out, and let's go back to the video conferencing. Let's go here. One thing I want to note is you have, for that to work, your instant meeting has to be, your one-click meeting has to be set up. And the way you set that up, you can go to My WebEx right here. You can go to Productivity Tools Setup right here, and then this guy right here, this Start Meetings Instantly from your website. This right here, Edit Settings, and then this is where you're going to set up your instant meeting. And I got a specific template here, but you can choose just a generic template. There's a template already in there. You give it a topic, you give it your password, your billing code is already going to be populated in there. And then if you set up teleconferencing service and that you set that up in My Audio, you can have the ability for it to call back. You saw that it tried to call me back, and then I just choose my teleconferencing service. Okay, so let's cancel that. Let's go over to My Audio. This is how you enable that call back feature. Remember, when my WebEx started here, it wanted to call me back, right? If I hit teleconference, it says, "Hey, you want me to call you back?" And then, you know, I got my phone numbers in here. So, and then any participants that would come in, it would call them back as well. So that callback feature is available to you. What you need to do is set up your account in My Audio, and you can add an account, and all you do, you would add an account here, And once in here, you just put your number, your bridge number, your Verizon audio bridge number. You got to put both of these numbers, the 800 number and then the other number, and then your host access code and your attendee access code. And then what happens is this is what enables that connection to our audio bridging service to call out to the participants. And one of the cool things about this tight integration that we have with Webex is that if you do use this, when people, let's say Jack here, Jack is in, oh, he didn't do, I closed the Webex. I apologize there. But when you, let me bring up my Webex. When it calls you back right here, it's going to know who it's calling. It's going to know, like, this is going to be, it's going to call Anson here, and it's going to connect my audio with my particular name right up here. Okay, so that's how that works. In other words, if I have this call me here, you'll hear in the background my phone's going to ring here in a second. There it is. I can answer it. I'll answer it right here.
You are the first caller to this conference. Please wait while others join.
Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. You can see it knows it was me. It called back. It called me back, and then I'm speaking here, so it's connected my audio call to my participant name. So everyone who calls or everyone who uses this callback feature is going to get glued together like that. So, okay, let's go ahead and drop that.
Thank you.
Okay, hopefully that puts it together for you and helps you configure your Webex. The other thing I want to show you is one other thing. Let's log out of this one. Some of you may not, this van.webex.com, that was our original one. Some of you may have something on the vnc-demo.webex.com. Okay? I know a lot of people are getting booted off the our original one, but this is another one that we have, another domain, and the only difference is I would plug this particular, copy that. I'd go over here, go to options, meetings, edit account, and I would use this domain right here, vnc-demo.webex.com, and again I'd put in my credentials and do all that kind of cool stuff, and then it would all work for me when I'm doing Jabber. And then I can also, even if I'm not doing anything, I could start a meeting with somebody or use my productivity tools, and that's something different. I won't go that far, but anyway, hopefully that helps you out.